from the tunnel I rise. Live, live from the tunnel I rise.
Check 1 2. It is PreciseMC with you. You're listening to Equalize Live with the main man ILLu. What's going on, ILLu?
Not too much, buddy. How you been?
Been all right.
Thank you for hosting.
Thank you for allowing me to host.
It's your show.
And of course, we just heard the Equalize Live theme song live.
Shout out.
Go ahead.
Shout out. Bad luck out of BK Brooklyn NYC.
That's right. And I think that we're doing something really cool with the verses of that song.
Yeah, I want to give all the rappers their own spotlight, so I'm going to chop up all the verses and do the same thing that I did with Bad Luck's ad that is out now as of this recording.
Yeah, having individualized verses and little mini videos that you're going to be posting on the Equalize. It's pretty sweet. It looks really cool.
Thank you, bro. I hope people enjoy it.
Yeah, I hope they enjoy it too, because my verse is buried at the end of that song.
No, it's not.
Ever heard it?
No, you're mischaracterizing the situation.
Even though I was the first person to even give you a verse, I ended up being at the back end of the song.
Not only were you the first person, I think you gave me the idea.
Probably.
I think like right around a year ago too.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, no problem. So I'm eager for people to hear it.
It's not at the end though. It's right in the middle. Don't tell them that.
There's 2 people after me. How many people are on the song?
8.
Okay, so there's 2 people after me. So,
you're in the middle.
the back end of the middle. Yes. It's all good though. Of course, we are brought to you by the shop at equalizerecords.com.
Yes.
equalizerecords.com/shop, where you can find cool stuff that we've done over the last few years.
Look at this cool thing.
Ill Effect, our album with yourself, ILLu, Lube Junkies. You can get that on shop at equalizerecords.com.
You made us into superheroes on that one.
Heck yeah. I love that album, man. Thanks for letting me do that.
Thank you, bro. You put the album together and made it an Ill Effect album. And I want to tell the people, if you want this on the equalizerecords.com/shop, tell us, because it's not right now, but we can make it a thing.
Yeah. I mean, if the demand is there, I'll make it happen.
Let us know.
That's right.
Shout out to all the listeners. I've actually heard from more than a few people about the show, and I just appreciate all the words, the feedback, whether you have criticisms or you want to shout heaps of praise on us. Either way, let us know. We appreciate it all.
Yeah, positive or negative, it all helps.
We want to put out the best show for the listener, so if you have any advice, just let us know. This is new to us.
Please, because after 15 years of rapping, I still don't know if I'm good or not, because I don't get constructive feedback from lots of people. So I was just like, oh yeah, you're cool, or they just don't listen to me. So like, I have no idea what I do well or don't do well.
That's why I trash you all the time.
Thanks, but it's the same thing with the podcast. So like, let us know if there's something you want to hear different. Let us know. If you're annoyed with my shitty voice, let me know.
Hell yeah, me too. I probably have the worst voice of the 2 of us, so you're in good sitting.
I don't know. I end up yelling a lot.
Yeah, but you have that like boombastic radio thing.
Yeah, I get too radioed up. Just chill.
Just chill.
Be chill, Precise. Just chill out and talk.
Just because you get paid for it.
You don't have to be radio guy all the time, you know?
Hey,
Yuki radio voice.
If it pays for that wall of toys behind you. Oh, I'm sorry, figures, not toys. They're not toys, people. We're going to have to dedicate a whole show to it one day.
Man, I've been doing some eBay hustling.
Tell us.
And that wall did not cost it didn't cost me as much as you think. Okay.
It looks expensive, that's all I'm saying.
I mean, it is expensive, but I got it covered.
Ooh, baller.
Yeah. That's what I do on this minimum wage salary. You know what I'm saying? Radio don't pay.
You want to show any of those off, or you want to get moving on?
I still got the crappy camera. I got to hook up the laptop. I got to move everything,
Well, we should make it happen.
Or do you want me to take something off the
show? Do it.
I got me some sets that aren't even on the wall. I got little Hawkeye, Old Man Logan, Old Man Hawkeye action.
Whoa. So what, they have replaceable faces?
Yeah, some of them do. Got me some Grandmaster and Korg from Thor Ragnarok.
Ooh. So you don't take them out of the box at all?
Some I do. But in the case of displaying these, I just put them in the box. But like these boxes don't have hooks on them, so I can't really put them up on the wall.
Mm. We should do a music video starring your figures.
I was thinking so.
We could do a stop motion thing. It would take forever, but we could probably do it.
But yeah, that's a new thing they've been doing recently. with figures is they have like different heads that make the figure different. So like in this case, the Stepford Cuckoos have the same like build, but they've got 3 different heads. So
Whoa.
depending on, so you don't have to buy 3 different figures if you don't want to. You can just buy the head and pop it off.
You don't usually see that from brands.
No, it's pretty cool.
You'd think they'd want to make you pay for all 3.
Exactly, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think Gwen Stacy and Mary Jane have one up there too. But yeah, I'll show them off at some point.
Yeah, once we get your camera. Show off your shirt too real quick. I want
Oh man, yeah, shout out to the Wire.
You got the dope King's hat on, but Omar coming, yo. Do the whistle.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Shout out the Wire, my favorite show.
Are we going to be doing check out Precise's shirt and or fitted every week cuz I got a new.
We do it. I got shirts too. I got shirts.
Yeah, no, we'll talk about toys, we'll talk about shirts, we'll talk about all that, but
Yes,
it is the
we'll talk about whatever we want to talk about.
at the time of this recording, it is the Xbox Series X launch date, and I got that shit waiting at home for me.
Yeah.
So we need to wrap this up.
Yeah, let's go.
So this week we're talking about albums, of course, like we usually do, and we have another listener suggestion.
Shout out Mavstar. Hope you're listening, bro.
Mavstar. Yep.
I actually really appreciate him doing this because I ended up. I'll talk about it later, but I ended up really liking this one.
Yeah, I liked it too, and it's an affiliate that I haven't heard a lot of. I just know as being a really great rapper.
Wow.
And I like him whenever I hear him,
Me
but
too.
I don't really listen to his solo albums very much.
Ooh, we'll get into that more. Ooh, spicy.
All right. We're talking the GZA this week.
The
Muggs
genius.
And GZA,
Yes.
Grandmasters.
Yes, and Muggs definitely needs his own shout out because this is technically a GZA album, but Muggs produced the whole thing, and it was the first in the line of his Muggs Versus series, which continued for like 5 years after this. And it was like Sick Jackin', another guy, or two more guys, and then Ill Bill. I should know the other 2 names, but Ill Bill did the last one, and the whole series is really cool, and I feel like Muggs is super underrated.
Right, and this goes along my lines of what I've been talking about with my favorite type of albums, where you got one artist, one producer, just the collaborative thing going on like you and I did.
Mm-hmm. Well,
And,
technically we had 2 rappers on there, but 1 producer.
But I said one artist. A group can technically be one artist.
You're right.
But yeah, so I dug this one. I thought it was cool, and like I said, I'm not a huge listener of GZA.
So what do you know of GZA? Because GZA is. Did you know that GZA and RZA are cousins?
I think so. Yeah.
Because they came up at the same time. So it was GZA the Genius and Rakim the RZA or something like that. Prince Rakim was RZA's first name.
Oh, word?
Yes. And
I did not know that.
Yeah, they both had major label deals before Wu-Tang, and then they formed together again as Wu-Tang, and obviously changed the whole world.
Of course, because Wu-Tang's for the children.
Wu-Tang forever, baby. No, GZA's what I'll say. I was gonna leave this for later, but GZA's my favorite Wu-Tang rapper.
Really?
Yeah, and I want to know. Do you have an opinion
on who's my favorite Wu-Tang rapper?
Yeah,
I don't think I do because
Ooh.
I mean, if you had to put a gun in my head, I'd have to say Method Man.
Okay, second favorite for me. But I can definitely. Well, it's so hard. We gotta get it.
But yeah, I'm not going by like body of work. I'm not going by anything. I'm just talking about like if you had to pick one rapper, it's like I'd probably pick Meth because every time I hear Meth, even to this day, it's like that fucker does it so effortlessly.
That's so true.
It's just if he's just a rapper.
And
I mean that's just what he is.
And
but,
you got to give him credit
ahead.
for the hooks.
Yeah.
Method Man has like the best hooks of all time.
Meth is dope. I would have to say Raekwon as well.
I love
is
Raekwon.
ridiculous.
I love Raekwon.
But you've
not
got
putting him
GZA.
down.
Yeah, you've got GZA in the same crew. You've got all these people. So it's hard to just
Ghostface
be like,
too.
Yeah, Ghostface though I appreciate, but I put Ghostface lower.
Wow. Why?
Yeah, I just don't like his style as much as the other ones.
Oh man, I think. See,
I know, but see, it's not one of those things. But see, I think whenever you get all these like, when I say some shit, I'm not hating.
No, I know, but the fact that you said Ghostface style is the reason, that's the part that really surprised me because I think Ghostface has my favorite style out of all of them.
He's dope. He's definitely the most. I mean, not to say Old Dirty wasn't, but out of the crew, I mean, he's one of the most unique out of the crew.
Yeah, I think his style has a lot to do with that, though.
No, Ghostface is great though. I've got many a Ghostface album. I like Ghostface. It's just he's not my favorite of the crew. But yeah, I think if you had to put a gun on my head, Method Man probably.
I won't fault you for that.
But it is, like I said, and it's not, a very technical reason. It's just like, I think he's a great rapper.
And even if you did make it about a technical thing, he can hold his own.
I mean, he's got mainstream success. He's got great albums. He's got great groups. He's got great voice. He's got everything.
Yeah, and he's like a whole brand of himself. He's got movies.
Yeah, exactly. So,
but this is about the GZA.
This is about the GZA, though. We're talking the GZA.
That's my fault.
Right. Album came out in 2005.
Yep.
It sounds very 2005.
Yep.
Which is my wheelhouse. I love
me
it.
Too.
I dig it.
Yep. Same.
The production was pretty top notch from Muggs in terms of that style from back in the day.
Yeah, like he's been around forever. Do you know about Muggs at all?
Yeah. Cypress Hill.
Yeah, he was a founding member of Cypress Hill and also the Soul Assassin crew, which was a production team that kind of formed after Cypress Hill, and they had their own thing going on, but he's the leader of it, and out of that came The Alchemist. Muggs is actually The Alchemist's mentor.
Really?
Yeah. And
I know that.
I can hear it in Alchemist beats, but I can definitely hear it when I can hear The Alchemist in Muggs the same that I can hear Muggs in The Alchemist. Now, I don't know how that happened, because I'm sure The Alchemist took all of this knowledge he got from Muggs and turned it into his own thing. But they definitely resemble each other.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And Muggs is also known for Ice Cube's Check Yourself beat. And I didn't know this before looking into it, actually. He produced House of Pain's Jump Around.
No shit.
Yeah, and I mean,
really?
Listening to it makes all the sense in the world, but I didn't know that.
Yeah, but I guess I didn't know that either.
So Muggs is doing very well for himself.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, shout out Muggs. I'll say this a few times throughout this, but he makes beats that I want to make.
Like, I can hear that.
Like,
definitely hear that.
In the drum programming, in the sample choices, it's just like, I wouldn't consider Muggs being an influence on me, but when I hear his music, whatever I'm influenced by, he influenced. So if I get influenced by The Alchemist, it's because of Muggs.
Yeah, you guys are definitely down the same lane.
Especially on this album.
Because this album sounds very Wu-Tang-ish.
Yeah, he tried to fit. I think he did a really good job in that too.
He sure did.
Especially when you see the RZA on his beats, it's like, wow, that's a huge sign of respect in my opinion.
Right, because RZA's got his own thing going on.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, I don't know how it is with producer rappers. I don't know if they don't like rapping over other people's beats, if they'll just rap over their own beats. I don't know how that goes. It's not my deal.
I feel like this is pure hearsay, but I think producer rappers would obviously, in my opinion, tend to want to rap over their own beats because they know the pockets.
Indeed.
But I'm not a rapper, so who knows?
Yeah.
My opinion is mute.
Yep. I wish I could mute you right now.
I meant to say moot. But yeah, this is a prototypical mid-2000s album. Like you said, I fucking loved it. I was a junior in high school when this released, and it's like so formative in my preference of hip-hop sounds.
Yeah, this was definitely an album that I didn't listen to back in the day, but I definitely saw it in sources and Double XL. I saw the ads.
Mm-hmm.
I was familiar with it.
Mm-hmm.
Finally listened to it now, and yeah, I dig it. I thought it was cool.
Mm-hmm. I loved it.
I feel like I said.
No, yep.
You go first.
No, I want to hear what you have to say because I was just gonna repeat myself basically.
I was gonna repeat myself too. I'm just saying when you get a producer and an artist together and they've got the cohesive vision,
yeah,
and it's just all the way throughout. Like it's too good.
And they definitely had that because this sounded like a Wu-Tang album, like you said. Like the beats that he chose, the samples that Muggs chose, that just like it was perfect. And I think having that central theme of chess had a lot to do with that too.
Right. And this is my biggest probably complaint with the whole album is like I feel like I'm missing out because GZA is so he's such a storyteller and he says a lot of shit that I don't understand what he's talking about half the time. But it sounds good. But it's just like, yeah, he's telling stories and he's going about this and he's referencing certain things. He's talking about chess. I'm just like, this is fun to listen to. I'm vibing with it, but like I am lost as fuck. I don't know what's going on.
He has a lot of versatility, and I feel like he packs a lot of message into one song. Sometimes his songs even have multiple messages within the actual song itself.
Yeah.
And That's probably what you're hearing. Like he'll have like a verse where he's talking about a lady walking down the street late at night, and then he'll go into rapping about like the Knicks and the Bears and stuff like that.
Yeah, like I almost have to go into Genius and just kind of like read.
I did that too on this one because his storytelling. I wanted to see like is there
there a
'cause
narrative? I thought about it and I was like, should I do this?
Well, I thought there would be a narrative at certain points because it felt like we were following certain characters, but it's like I guess in those songs we were, but not throughout the entire album.
Right, and it's fun to listen to as a rapper because it's like there's a lot of times where I'll do a whole bunch of lines or I'll do a whole bunch of references and I'll think back on it. I'm like, man, there's 2, 3, 4 different meanings in this couplet that I didn't even think of, and I think to myself like, did anybody even catch that?
Well, that's the power of the art,
like,
right?
Yeah, and like listening to this, I'm like, all right, I can see what he's doing, but I'm not catching it.
Well, I mean, he's on a whole nother level.
Yeah, dude's just he thinks he's a thinker.
Yeah, and
he's definitely a thinker.
And he'll bring in multiple images for one message too. So it's like you really got to pay attention to all of his verse to really connect it all.
Yep, and of course, the album's called Grandmasters, having to do with chess. All the song titles are different terms in terms of chess.
Yeah, yep, you're right.
And
so
like
also the intros throughout multiple songs have
lots of clips about chess matches going on and people talking about stuff like that. And it's cool. It's a great concept. It's just dense.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like the features don't really help the project, in my opinion. This is one of the first projects I think we've gone through where there wasn't a strong feature to carry any of the songs. Like I loved hearing RZA get on here, and I loved hearing Raekwon get on there, but I felt like that was just a GZA song that they kind of copy and pasted their verse onto.
I agree 100%.
Because I loved them, but they just I don't know. They sound like 2 separate songs that they wrote the lyrics to.
And that could be possible. I mean, there's a lot of times when rappers are doing features.
Imagine how many unreleased vocals the Wu-Tang Clan have too.
Oh my God! Right?
Between all of them,
haven't they released a bunch of albums just with like throwaway stuff that they put together?
A couple at least.
So it's like, that's crazy stuff. They got so much stuff.
They'll like sell verses to producers and they'll make albums basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I wish I could sell a verse.
I mean, you got Fiverr. Jump on Fiverr.
I wish I could do verse. Well, okay. Well, that's the thing because I don't have that drive and I'm not a great writer. Like I'm not prolific enough.
Well,
but like my partner in Ill Effect, DJB. It's been 15 years. If it's not happened by now, it's not going to come.
You have a whole bunch of projects. That's what you're doing.
I know, but those are shit for me.
That's your opinion. I love them.
But like I'm saying, DJB, he literally made money ghostwriting.
Wow, ghostwriting?
Yep, he would go on Fiverr. He was part of these battle
on Fiverr?
rap. Yeah.
Wow, I was joking.
No, yeah, he did. He was part of these battle rap forums, and then he would like hook up with dudes and then write their bars for them to go up against other dudes.
Whoa.
He was big. Yeah, like a few years back, he was big into ghostwriting. Like he wrote a lot of verses for a lot of people, not like famous people, but just like random dudes here and there. Like he was making some decent money off of ghostwriting, and I was super jealous.
In the battle rap scene.
Yeah.
That's so cool. That's how Kin met a whole bunch of the people we get to collaborate with. It was him on forums, like battling people and just gaining respect and then working together.
Right. And that's the part of hip hop that kind of I missed out on because I'm not a freestyler and I'm not very prolific and I'm not a very punchline heavy person.
I've always wanted you to freestyle on my beats.
Yeah, well, I can't freestyle, so that's the problem. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I'm a rapper that can't freestyle.
I want to freestyle right now, a cappella, no beat.
That's what happens. It's not going to work. I'm telling you. I wrote a verse today, and I'm telling you, even warmed up, I still can't freestyle. So
writing a verse is the opposite of freestyle.
So I'm saying though, but like I've got my brain moving. Like I've actually created something today. Yet put me on the spot.
I see what you're saying.
I got the ice on the knees. I'm done.
Give me a verse right now. 16 bars.
That's all right, son.
Go.
That's all right, son. You gotta wait for Great Gatsby coming in January.
Shout out! There we go. Nice tie-in.
You know how I do. Anyway, so we were talking about ghostwriting, battle rap. Back to Wu-Tang. That's right. Lots of Wu-Tang verses. Probably in the stash. But another criticism I had of this album, why I didn't love it, I liked it, didn't love it, was because a lot of times there would be a dope verse, and I didn't like the beat very much.
Wow. Which one?
And then there would be a lot. I can't remember off the top of my head, but there are other times where the beat was super hot, but I wasn't super sold on its flow. So like a lot of
On
songs
his
didn't.
flow specifically.
Yeah, like I just wasn't a fan of the flow.
Okay.
But so that's
You gotta
why
come. You gotta come at me with specific examples.
I know. But when I listen to these things, I'm like, should I write this down? I'm like,
You look at what I write down. But that's a valid point though. I'll give you that.
But I do have that in my notes. Some of my least favorite beats have my favorite flows, and vice versa.
Okay. I think the biggest downflaw. I don't even know if that makes sense.
Downflaw.
What am I trying to say?
I don't know.
My biggest negative con for the album would be the mixing, because sometimes the beat is super duper loud and overpowers the vocals.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Did you notice that, or is that just me?
a little bit, but I also attributed it to the dirty, grimy nature of the beats.
Well, yeah, but the
Like
volume.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know what an artistic
I can
choice
get that.
somebody has sometimes.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's Wu-Tang style. It's dirty. It's gritty. It's mugs. It's it's got that cassette tape vibe on it. Sometimes it's like,
I loved it.
I don't know if it's supposed to be super crisp or
No,
super clean, and the mix is supposed to be super nice. I
It's
get what
not.
you're saying, but like,
It's not.
Yeah.
You're right. And no Wu-Tang album has a perfect mix. That's not what we
Right.
listen to Wu-Tang for. That was just something that I'm saying could have been done better. Especially
exactly.
given it was done in 2005. I think they probably had better knowledge and equipment by that point, but whatever. I still listened to it. I still loved it.
Right. So going back to the point about liking the beat, not liking the verse.
Mhm.
I saw in your notes, exploitation of mistakes is a beat that you wish you made because of the piano sample. I thought that beat was super, super hot.
Oh.
And then the story he was telling was fine, but it was just a very basic rhyme scheme, and I didn't really I wasn't really into the verse all that much,
I
but the
think-
beat was super fire.
That is actually one that I did not have very many comments on the rap. So I think we're in agreement on here. That is a fucking godly beat, and it's the piano sample.
It's a really good sample.
And I'll say it again. It's one of the beats that I wish I made. Now I'm probably gonna make a beat that sounds exactly like this because this is my shit. This is my style.
Yeah.
It's dope. But the piano sample's dope. What did you think of the? There's another song I wanted to hear your opinion about. Oh, those that's about it. I
Is
thought
that the one with RZA?
no. It's the It's the first track after the opening, the intro.
Oh,
It's the most RZA beat I've ever heard that wasn't by RZA.
yeah. I'd need to hear it again.
Want me to
I
play it
remember,
really quick?
I remember liking it. Yeah, play me the first couple bars.
Okay, here we go. I got it all lined up right here. Oh wait, I got to share my screen, so I'm going to talk a little more so people don't get bored and everything. And they start hating us. Are you afraid of that?
I hate me, so
Me too. I hate you so much.
I'm waiting for people to give us a reason to stop doing this shit, so I don't have to embarrass myself every week.
That's not happening because it's up to me. You're screwed. This is the intro.
No, really? Oh yeah.
The sped up bass sample. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm right there with you because when it first dropped, I was like, oh shit, it's Wu-Tang.
I know. It's like, is this RZA? No, it's Muggs.
Yeah, no, yeah,
And
I'm with you now.
And that sound, I think, has a lot to do with the SP1200, which I can almost guarantee he made this with. Just given the drum programming and the sequencing of the beats, like if I had money to bet on this, he made a good portion of this with the SP1200.
I mean, I'd defer to you. I mean, you'd be the expert on that.
And in my expert opinion, he used the EMU SP1200, one of the most famous drum machines in the history of hip hop and electronic music in general.
Yes.
Maybe we'll do an episode on that one day.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, we can dive deep into all the production techniques and
We got
machines
time.
and rapping techniques, all that kind of fun stuff. We can get all that.
You're contractually obligated, so get ready.
I ain't signed no contract, no.
Verbal
talking
contracts.
about?
Verbal contracts are legal in Vermont.
Anyway, so
What are
I dug.
What are your closing thoughts?
Good album, not spectacular. I like GZA. GZA's fantastic. Inconsistent in terms of how dope the beat was and how dope the flows were. It never really matched up too many. Oh, now I've got the hiccups.
Perfect for podcasts.
I know, right? Yeah, it was cool. It was a great sound. It's dirty, mid 2000s hip hop. I dig it.
I mostly agree. I feel like something I forgot to mention was that it felt cinematic, and we mentioned that last week with The Weeknd, and I feel like in completely different worlds are they.
Yeah, I was gonna say it feels like a different
like
vibe of cinema. Like
the way I described it was like a 90s gritty VHS tape that you just pulled out of your closet or something like that.
Yeah. It's got those noir storylines and all that kind of fun stuff. I'm with you there.
Still cinematic, but super just like dirty and not choppy. I don't know what the right word is, but like dusty, I guess.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I agree.
And
that was Muggs and GZA, Grandmasters.
Yeah, I loved it. It was not GZA's best effort, so I'll agree with you on this one. I did enjoy it.
It wasn't bad though.
No, I did enjoy it.
Yeah, it wasn't like at any point last week listening to Busta where I was like, okay, skip. Like I listened to all this, I didn't want to skip anything. I was cool with it. He didn't offend me with being whack or anything. So it's a good album. Good solid album.
Definitely recommend GZA and Muggs Grandmasters. What do we got next?
What do we got next? We're gonna go back to the R&B.
Wait, I'm sorry. Why am I getting ahead of ourselves? I want you to give us a song that you wanted to hear us play. What are your favorite tracks?
Oh man,
we should do a Wu-Tang breakdown. I want to get Mavstar on here and we'll break down every single Wu-Tang album and it'll take like 4 months.
Oh my god, I know, right?
Mavstar, if you're listening, get ready.
You and him could just dive deep. I'll steer the ship.
That's what you do anyway. You're the best host in the world. The hostess with the mostest.
I like General Principles. I thought that was a fun little jam.
I did too.
And I also think that was a single maybe because it had a music video.
Oh, I didn't know that. Do you want me to play that track though?
Well, I mean, I watched the whole thing. I listened to it on YouTube, and that I was on the playlist, and that one actually came up with like video. So
wow,
so I'm surprised. The single.
I thought they would have done one with I thought they would have done one. The Advanced Pawns with Sendog, Raekwon, and RZA, just because all the names on there.
They might have, but I just like I said, that one actually had.
If they had a video, no, you're right. You want me to play?
Or maybe somebody just made a video with some random ass, GZA and Muggs footage. I don't know. you want me to play a little bit.
General Principles, Muggs,
sir,
and GZA. Here we go. God, the bars on that.
I know, right? And that might have been one that we were talking about with the mix, because the beat was a little heavy on that one.
Yep, I think
that was a little lower in the mix.
I think you're right. I think that was one of the ones that I wanted to mention about it. But yeah, when GZA's on those bars, just had me in that constant, just like stank face.
Right, and I think that's why I like this, because the beat was dope and he was flowing. Like,
yeah, this is some of his
one
best
where the
bars.
verses where the verses and the beats clicked for me. So I was like, all right, that's one.
That was super dope. Well, you
got another one you want to play? Or
that was General Principles. We mentioned it before, and I'll play it. Even though it played before this, but this is a crazy stretch of songs from Exploitation of Mistakes through Advanced Pawns. Those are some. It's a 3-song like heavy hitting trio. But yeah, here I'll stop talking. Here's Exploitation. Oh wait, I gotta adjust the volume. Exploitation of Mistakes. GZA, Muggs. Let's go. Whew, I couldn't really find a good spot to bring that down, but
I thought you were just gonna fade out at some point.
I got stuck in the story because
I know the beat's so dope.
I remember you saying that this was the one where his flow kind of went off, and I could hear the moments I think that you were hearing, but the story just grabbed me. Just hearing it again.
Right, and that's the thing. It's like sometimes when you're doing a storytelling song like that, you sacrifice interesting flows.
Mm-hmm.
This one was just him rhyming, like very
And there wasn't even a hook or anything. He just went in.
No, but it's a great song.
Yeah, I loved it. And we already said our piece, but yeah, go if you like Wu-Tang, you gotta check this one out.
Of course, it's fantastic.
Yeah. Moving on.
Yeah, we're moving on back to R&B.
Yeah, I had to do this. I think this was my suggestion last week, right?
Yeah, it's Frank Ocean, Channel Orange. This was his debut, correct? His debut album.
Yeah. He had a
major label album.
He had a mixtape before this that I can't find anywhere. So this is basically his debut album as far as we're concerned.
Yeah. So you were putting me up on him last week. I finally took a listen, and I like what I heard.
Did you? Okay, let's get into it.
This was my vibe of R&B.
Ooh, okay. This is much more traditional R&B. So I think I hear what you're trying to say.
Yeah, this is another one where I didn't skip. I didn't have a hard time getting through this. Wow. I like this one a lot.
This had a longer runtime too.
Yeah, it did. But it was good. I mean, when you got good music, it's not hard to slug through these things. But the main thing that sticks out to me with Frank Ocean, he sounds almost exactly like Music Soul Child.
Ooh, same vibes, huh?
Yep, 100%. He sounds like a younger LA version of Music Soul Child.
Where is Music Soul Child? The NYC?
Nice, Philly, I think.
Oh, Philly. Yeah, he had the Roots connection. You're right.
Yeah. Which is not a bad thing because I love music. So
I feel like I didn't hear it in a bad way. I heard it in a good way, as in an
of course. Yes, exactly. It had the same type of vibe, and I love it. So I was okay with that.
Yeah,
I was cool with that.
Yeah, that's a sound that I enjoyed back when Soul Child was heavily active, and I enjoy now with Frank.
Yeah, and this is it's. I wouldn't say it's a timeless sounding album, but it sounds more
some
versatile for. Yeah, I mean,
some of the songs.
The Weekend album that we listened to last week, it sounded either very modern because of that's just what's hot now, or very 80s. It's like it's stuck in a time. Like this sounds like, all right, yeah, it's modern, but maybe I could have heard this back in 05, or maybe I could have heard this back in 99.
Yep, I think that has a lot to do with the production. And just thinking back on it, when this came out, I wasn't really into Tyler the Creator or Wolfgang or anything, and I feel like this project kind of made it palatable to my ears. Do you remember the Odd Future Gang coming out?
Nope, I was completely out of listening to hip hop when they were popping off. All I know about Tyler is just he's a multimedia celebrity. He's
morphed into that.
Right.
At first, he was just like an edgelord who just wanted to like piss people off.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, his raps are okay, but I'm not a huge fan of his style. But
see, I don't like his raps, but I like his style. He's got really cool production that it sounds super well composed, but like he destroys it sound quality wise on purpose.
Yeah, and I mean that whole like bombastic, over the top, like weirdo rap thing, I didn't really ever get into. So
yeah,
I was surprised when I was looking at your notes and I was like, oh, Frank Ocean's part of that crew. Like
a big part of it. It was basically.
This album does not sound like that crazy stuff at all.
Well, it's because Frank Ocean has a completely different story. I don't think Tyler the Creator has the upbringing that this dude has. Like Frank Ocean was writing for Justin Bieber, Brandy, and John Legend in the mid 2000s. Like bona fide songwriter.
Yep, and I gotta tell that too because he sounds like he's in that rich LA lifestyle.
Yep, which I think he moved into because his last name's Bro or something like. I think he came from the South.
Okay, I don't know.
It's just
but that influence is heavy on the music. I mean, you can hear like talking about some of the early songs with Sweet Life and Super Rich Kids and all, and they have references to all the models and all this other stuff throughout.
Doing
so like it's
cocaine.
very it's very rich white people influenced.
Yeah,
the lifestyles of the
gentrified LA sounds.
Yeah, the lifestyles of the super rich.
Which maybe he was, because if you're working with those artists, you're probably seeing a good amount of cocaine in your life.
Yeah, you're right up in there.
But this is his first solo album, like you said, and it was mostly produced by this guy named Malai, who I don't know very much about, but I looked into him a little bit, and he also had production credits with John Legend, so I'm guessing that's where these two linked up.
Okay.
But he also produced for Killer Mike and Big Boy on Sir Luscious Left Foot. Do you remember that album?
Oh, yeah.
Very, very dope. But I wouldn't have expected this dude to be on there.
No, and see that's the thing about these R&B producers. Like they're very heavy in the game, but like it's just a completely different genre that I'm not involved with at all. Because like, they don't cross over very often.
No,
to the hip hop.
Well, and when they do, it's usually corny.
Yep.
And then in rare instances, we get The Weeknd and we get Frank Ocean, who just transcend any genre. Really, they could do whatever they want.
Well, speaking of a crossover, we did have a Pharrell track on here.
Yes, which
he produced, which was a good song.
And it didn't have that like cliche Pharrell sound.
Yeah, it didn't have the Neptune sound.
No, it didn't have that four count intro. Do you know?
Yep.
What that?
I love those intros. Those
I do
great.
too. But this didn't have it, and it still worked.
I mean, who doesn't like frontin'?
That is one of my favorite songs, and I will say on many a late Saturday night, I'll throw that on to just vibe out.
Bro, I was dumbfounded when I started singing it one day, and my wife was like, what is that? It's like, oh, that's that. What do you mean? What is that? That's frontin'. You don't remember frontin'? Because it was hot when we were kids. And she was like, no, I don't remember it. And I put it on, and she was just like, didn't even remember it. And I was.
She's the same age?
She's 2 years younger than me. Yeah.
I mean,
But
even
she
more
was.
so.
I was going hard. I was just like, I was singing. I was dancing.
You have a whole bunch of Pharrell songs you could probably play her.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You're so beautiful. I just want you to know.
Yeah, but frontin's too good.
Frontin', yeah.
Anyway, we'll go back to Frank Ocean. We'll talk about Friends some other time.
Yeah. Yeah, we should.
What are we talking about?
Well, yeah, we were saying okay, I'm gonna go make a hot take that it's probably a cold take, but Frank Ocean has the best voice in R&B right now, even better than The Weeknd's. Although it's super close, I feel like The Weeknd takes advantage of auto-tune too much, whereas Frank Ocean
so you're just talking straight vocal performance.
Yeah, and I feel like The Weeknd uses auto-tune as an instrument.
Right.
And I like it when he does that, but sometimes I feel like he uses it to correct certain pitches, and I feel like he doesn't need that. I'd rather hear his natural sound.
No, I'm with you. Frank Ocean sounds very fantastic. He sounds clean. He's crisp. He's hitting all the notes.
Yep. And they layer his dope. Yeah, that super high pitched falsetto.
Yep.
Makes me want to sing that high, but when I do, I like pass out because I can't do it. And
I used to be able to have a good falsetto when I would sing Pharrell and sing all this other shit.
I have a high pitched voice, but I can't sing high. Or else
I've lost it since I've got older. I don't know if it's just because I stopped singing.
That's why they used to castrate 14-year-olds.
Yeah. Shout out to Michael Jackson.
Oh, it makes sense now.
Yeah, but like if we're talking about songs we liked, I liked Sweet Life. I thought that was dope. I thought
that's the Pharrell one, right?
Yep. I thought Super Rich Kids was good, even though I think what was it, Earl Sweatshirt on that?
Yep. What are your opinions on Earl Sweatshirt?
I mean, I've probably heard him before, but this is I don't remember anything I've heard him on. This was fine. I didn't like his verse too much, but
all his songs are basically like this.
I would call it a hook because he said the thing he said at the beginning, he said later on.
Okay.
I was okay with, but like his verse, I was just like, whatever.
Yeah, he has that very out of pocket rhymes too.
Yeah, which I'm not a huge fan of. I like my rhymes nice and tight.
Yeah, which we've discussed many times already.
Nice and in there. But yeah, Super Rich Kids was cool. Yep. Pyramids was interesting.
Oh, that was like a 10-minute epic.
Yeah.
What did you think?
That's exactly what I wrote. It said Pyramids is an epic 10-minute story.
It's crazy that it had. The way I heard it, there was the intro, then the drums broke, and then it got super groovy, and then there was another break, and then a new drum beat came in, and it's like, damn. Yeah, how can you take one sound and turn it into 4 separate songs?
Exactly. There's elements of it I like, but as a whole 10 minutes, I'm like, I'm all right.
That like the core of the song should have been a normal song, and it would have been like face melting.
Yeah.
Because the first drum break is super funky, and it incorporates that
super funky
sample. Do you know what that sample is? I feel like I've heard it. Dun, 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 dun. Oh man, let me look that up real quick.
Oh, okay. So now I got to fill. Damn, I wasn't ready to talk about Frank Ocean anymore.
You mentioned you wanted to try some stand-up. Here's your chance.
When did I say that?
maybe I was dreaming.
Maybe. I mean, people have told me that my entire life, but
you got to be funny first.
Exactly. Any comic knows that if your friends say you're funny, you're probably not that funny. So
if your mama says you're funny, you're probably not that funny.
Everybody says you should try stand-up, and I'm smart enough to know, like, no, I'm good. I'll stay here. You're
good at making fun of yourself. That's all stand-ups do, basically.
I think I'm more of a in the pocket, in a conversation funny. I'm not a funny haha bit funny guy.
I forget.
And I don't have any interesting stories, so I can't be a story comedian because I don't have any funny stories.
You're a story MC.
I mean, sometimes. I mean, I try and paint a picture of what I'm talking about, so you can kind of be in that vibe.
Wow, the guitar solo in Pyramids was done by John Mayer, which makes sense because he's on another song, but I didn't know that.
Shut up, for real?
Yeah, well, he's on another song.
Oh, wow.
What sample?
Interesting.
I know they used a sample here. Let me see. Composition.
Well, while you're looking at that, one other note that I had was about, I think it was Pink Matter.
Pink Matter with 3 Stacks?
Yeah. which was a very interesting song. But what got to me was he made a fucking Dragon Ball Z reference in the middle of talking about vagina, and I'm like, what? Like, for real?
I didn't catch that. Do you remember what he said?
Yeah, I know, but he referenced Majin Buu. And you know what? That's funny that you didn't catch that, because as I listened to it, I was thinking like, oh man, that's a Dragon Ball Z reference. I'm like, I wonder if Luke got that, or if he just thought that Majin Buu was just something he didn't understand the lyrics to.
That went over my head. I've listened to this album quite a few times, actually.
Yeah, Majin Buu is this weird pink, like, alien thing. So
fits the rhyme, then.
I get it, but it was just odd to hear him like talking about, vaginas, and all of a sudden he's dropping Dragon Ball Z.
Wow, so I can't find the sample. I could have sworn that synth in Pyramids was a sample.
Well, it's just something you'll have to look for.
Oh, it's frustrating. Oh, shit. Okay. You like that song or no? What did you think?
It was okay. I mean, I like hearing Three Stacks.
Yeah, I thought he had a great
Andre
verse.
3000's great.
Yeah, he's always a good verse.
Yep.
Can't go wrong.
And then just thinking about Andre 3000, it reminded me of a verse he did, I think, with Rick Ross. And it was one of my favorite guest verses ever. He just murdered. I can't remember the name of the song right now. It just popped into my head.
Think.
Oh my god.
The pressure's on.
I don't remember. It was 16, I think. What was it? Oh shit.
See, I got you down a rabbit hole. That's what happened.
You did. And it's not even about Frank Ocean.
No, it's about
Oh yeah, I guess it's just
Stacks.
a Rick Ross song called 16.
with a verse from Three Stacks.
Yeah, when 16 ain't enough.
Keep going.
Oh, it's so good. We're talking about when 16 bars isn't enough. You got to go past 16, and he just fucking murders it.
They both do that a lot, actually.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we've been talking about Rick Ross. He's had a bunch of features that we've listened to so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Weirdly
goes
enough,
above.
I did not
and
mean
beyond.
that.
Yeah. So maybe that's it started there. When 16 ain't enough. We'll have to listen to that at some point in the future.
There was a part on Pink Matter where they had a guitar solo come in, and my brain just couldn't process what they were doing until the chorus came, and then it all it clicked, because it became this like tribal thing where they're all singing together. Super cool. And
yeah.
I've said it sounded like pre-Earth Gang, which, have you heard of Earth Gang?
I've heard of them, but
Ooh, maybe that'll be next week. Earth Gang. I fucking love Earth Gang. But
DJB was really high on Earth Gang. I've heard some stuff, but
I'll talk to you about it off air so we don't ruin this one.
I'll talk to you.
But the Earth Gang takes a huge influence from Outkast, because they're both from ATL.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, so
the
it
duo
makes
from
sense.
ATL. I mean,
Right.
They're following that Outcast model.
Just makes sense. And at first, I think
Didn't Earth Gang come through here at some point in the last couple of years?
they did last year, I think, and then I fucking missed the show.
Yeah, me too.
But I've heard that they're a great live show.
I remember texting DJB. I was like, "Hey, guess what? Earth Gang's here tonight, and I'm not going." He's like, "What? What's wrong with you?" It's so weird, because since I've moved to Vermont from Northern California, you'd figure that Northern California would have a lot of decent artists and a lot of people that came through, because we're right there by the bay.
Right.
If you're in California, you're coming through. We didn't get a ton of people. Vermont has a lot more underground guys that we listen to, and so it's a lot. Maybe because we're close to Boston and Montreal, but
yeah, we're in between. You're right.
There was so many more awesome artists that I liked that come through here that we never got out west.
I would not have guessed that. And the mid 2000s especially was even better. Like, we were getting peak Dilated Peoples, peak Atmosphere, peak Hieroglyphics. I saw peak Jurassic 5, peak Immortal Technique.
That's nuts.
We got so many dope hip hop acts in the mid 2000s coming through Higher Ground. I probably wouldn't be who I am if I didn't get to go to all those shows.
Man, you guys were super lucky.
So lucky. And we still get a lot of good shows, but not like we used to.
Damn.
But okay, back off that tangent. But I think this album aged fairly well, but there are some filler, we didn't need 9 minutes of Pyramids.
Yeah. I'm with you there.
If you cut the track list down to 12 tracks, I think this would be considered a classic. It's still a really good album, but I think
right. It was. I felt the same way about this that I felt about the GZA Muggs album.
Really? Oh, I'm glad we did both.
That it was solid, but I didn't love it. It wasn't. it wasn't remarkable to me. I wasn't like, fuck, yes, this is it. I was like, this is good. I can vibe with this. I like this. But go ahead.
No, I want to hear you.
What this album did do for me, though, is I want to hear how he's evolved since 2012.
Yeah.
I do want to hear more of Frank Ocean after hearing this and to see what he did after this.
He does evolve, and he actually pulled off this super cool thing where he wanted to get off of his record contract with Apple Music. So he put out this visual album one day, and then the next day he put out a whole new album, completely independent, and he made like $10 million.
There you go.
Yeah, he completely finessed Apple Music. So yeah, we'll get into that. He's definitely evolved into an even greater artist. Like this album shows it. There are certain songs like "Thinking About You," which I hear right now, and it still gives me chills.
Oh yeah, it was a great song to kick it off.
And it's still album, right? It's the second or first song after the intro, I believe. And it's aged really well in my opinion. And same with Pilot Jones. I feel like elements of the Pyramids track could be there, and then of course the song with Andre 3000.
Pilot Jones was a vibe, but it was a vibe that I did not catch.
Ooh, was it? I mean, it had that super minimal beginning with the claps, right?
Right. It was fine. It's not. It just didn't catch me.
I think it's the hook that really got me on that one. Just Pilot Jones, just the way he says it.
Yeah.
Just caught me.
It's cool.
It brought me in.
Like I said,
that was actually one of my favorite songs.
Oh wow.
But I also liked on Crack Rock. Did you catch the famous drum break?
Oh, probably not.
I'll play it real quick and you tell me if you know. But I do have to do a quick search, so I'm gonna not have goodness dead air because dead air would be bad.
Crack Rock is fun because he just says crack rock a bunch of times. He talk about
he says it very specifically. Crack rock, crack rock.
Yeah, and I'm like
crack rock. I
can't relate. You know what I mean? Like,
I think his energy was the crack rock in there.
Yes.
All right, you ready? I'm going to play you this drum beat real quick.
All right.
Crack rock. Crack rock.
Crack rock.
We mentioned the song that samples the drum break last week, so that's a hint.
Oh, shit. I got a terrible memory. What are you doing to me? Yeah, I recognize it.
One of the most famous drum breaks of all time.
Yep.
What song sampled it?
I don't know.
Scenario.
Okay, yeah. Wait.
Isn't it?
I'd have to hear Scenario again.
Well, wait, let me look this up.
Oh my god.
I want to get my information right. But you also got to get out of here. What am I doing here? Thank you for putting up with me.
Hopefully no one's stolen my fucking... Hopefully it's not just a big old box that just says Xbox Series X sitting in front of my door. Those things are going for like $900 on eBay right now, so...
I didn't think you got one. I thought they would be all sold out.
I got the pre-order back in September.
Oh. I didn't realize those looked so bulky.
I mean, this one's not as big as the Xbox. The Series S, the one that comes without the disc drive, is even smaller. I heard the PlayStation 5 that comes out on Thursday is a fucking beast. I heard that thing is like massive.
They both look huge, in my opinion. But it was Scenario, by the way, A Tribe Called Quest.
Yep. Cool.
I just want to point out that I was right and you were wrong.
I was wrong. I said I didn't know.
Yeah, technically wrong.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right. We're getting towards the end here. Final thoughts. Favorite tracks. What do you want to do?
I liked Sweet Life. I liked Super Rich Kids. Probably Sweet Life over Super Rich Kids, maybe. I don't know.
And this was the one produced by Pharrell.
For real. Yeah, they call him For Real because he's the truth.
For real. Oh, it does have a 4 count. You're so right about hearing Pharrell. Like, you can tell Pharrell produced that one.
Yeah, and then hearing the Music Soul Child influence on that hook, like that's a Music Soul Child hook.
I wonder if they've ever worked together.
I don't know. I'd like to hear them now.
That would be a great song.
Maybe they have.
That was a great song. Sweet Life.
What's another one that you were feeling?
Frank Ocean. I'm gonna play Thinking About You because the way that it started off this album is so perfect. It just hit me so hard. Thinking About You, Sweet Life. Still listening in 2020, Frank Ocean. I really like how he combines his rapping flow and his singing at the same time.
Yeah, that's super good. I enjoy that
That was
thoroughly.
Yeah. If not my favorite track, definitely top 3. But
It's really good.
I had to play it for you. But yeah, I guess that's it, bud. How you feeling? I want to get you back to your new toy out there.
I just got to make sure that somebody hasn't stole it yet.
Is it just sitting outside your apartment?
That's what I'm saying. I think so. It's either out the front door, which is no good, or
No.
in my hallway.
No. Well, with that, let's get you out of here. We'll wrap this up. Thank you for hosting, bro. I think this is the most we've agreed on the episode yet.
Yeah, I mean, there
far.
were some good things, and thanks to Mavstar for a
Big shout out to Mavstar.
shout out with DJ Muggs and GZA. If you've got
Thank you. That was a really great recommendation from Mavstar.
if you've got a suggestion of something we should listen to, past, present,
Please.
future, maybe, I don't know. If you got stuff that we could go in the time machine and listen to,
Hey,
hit us up.
if you want us to release your music on this podcast, we'll do that.
Yeah, we're gonna do a world premiere.
Hey, I'm into it.
Yeah, there you go. It is Equalize Live.
Yes, sir.
You could check us all out on our social media. My name is PreciseMC.
Yes, sir.
It's ILLu, EqualizeRecords.com.
Yes.
Of course, this show is brought to you by the shop at EqualizeRecords.com. Get
Yes.
all of your merchandise because we got a lot of it.
And we got more coming. Craig Gatsby, January. We got a special project in December that no one knows about, but I think is gonna light the world on fire. To be honest with you, in the
I
best
didn't
way.
even know about it till today.
In the best way possible. Just wait. It's
Yeah.
gonna be dope.
So it's coming. My name is PreciseMC. That is ILLu. It is Equalize Live. We are out.
Yes, sir. Thank you, P. One more time. You're the best host, the hostess with the mostest. Thank you so much. I love you, bro.
See, when I say we're out, that means you stop talking.
Yeah, but I'm the producer.
All right. We'll see you next time.
Peace.